Hi, today I'm back again with a new episode of my coloring book collection. This one will be a combination of some Chinese coloring books and Hannah Lynn coloring books. So we'll jump right in. They're known in no particular order. Some of these books I had earlier than others, but I don't know the how do you say it, the receiving date or the work-in date. So these books are really great to work with watercolors. This one was done with watercolors, no pencils. It's just a very simple set with some round pans, as you could call it. And I did her dress with it, and the leaves, and the other the bird and her hair and face is done with Prismacolors. So it was very nice to work on this one. The paper is really nice. It's buckled, but no bleed through or all this. I will do some quick, not a whole flip through, but you can get an indication of how the books are inside. If you wish a full flip through of some of my books, please mention it in the comments below, and I will write it down in my little booklet I have, especially for the YouTube channel, and I will do it as soon as possible. So here's the next one. Let me check. I've used Derwent drawing pencils, Prismacolor, watercolor. Oh yeah, that would be for the gray background. And I did this with Jen, color along with Jen from Reading with Pugs. It was very nice to work on the same picture. She also loved her Chinese books, so we were both very happy when we were doing this. And I was amazed by how it was the first time, although the background isn't very dark, I was pleased with how I could make this glow reflect on the face and a bit on the clothes. It was the first time I tried, I think, so that was very nice. Good memories on this, working on this one. I will do. Let me search the other one. It's a mixture of ladies, some men, bit fantasy. Some are fairly detailed, some fairly heavy, but it's really a nice book. Only used polychromos on this one. I don't like how I did her eyeshadow, but it matched her hair, so why not? And then the next one, I did quite a few in here. Also love this one. It will be great for to color in winter. Then I did this, but this was a long-lasting whip, and finally I had to finish it. I didn't even write down when I did it or what I used, but I think Marco Renoir pencils for the most part, some watercolors or Neos maybe for this. Nope, didn't write it on the back either, but maybe I can check on Instagram. I've put this one online. Then this one is done with Prismacolor pencils, Erogit and watercolor. Watercolor is for the background, and all the other stuff is pencil. This was a contribution for friendship. So really enjoyed working on this one too. When did I do it? In the summer of 2017. I was already trying to shade the faces better than when I just started coloring people, but now I'm more heavily or heavy-handed when I shade the skin, sometimes too heavy. And the next one, she's done with Neocolors for the purple background and only Prismacolors for everything else. She was nice to work on too, but when I was done, I really, all these wrinklings, or how do you say it, in your clothing. That's what puts me off sometimes with these books, all the lines in the clothing. I really must be into doing that. This is a nice picture with the bamboo. Excuse me. Also had a lot of fun with this girl. Her swirl has some glitter, and also where she is standing. Also Erogeton, some cheap watercolor pencils I never use again because they are not that good. Dress and leaves are Inktense, I've written down. Skin is Polychromos, hair is Erogeton, and I have a few, I think 5 or 6 shades of the Derwent Colorsoft pencils, and I did this flower and the petals with those. And that was it for this book. The next one is same setup, only this paper is white, whereas the other one was off-white. But also really nice pictures in this one. This was an attempt to do this lady, but I've messed up that hair so badly that I thought, okay, never mind, and you know me, across. This was also a whip that took me a long time. I've used some markers on her skin, on her hair, and for all the other stuff I did a base with Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer pencils, but I had to go over it with some oil-based pencils to make the colors pop more. So it's nice, but I'm not too big of a fan myself. Next up we have this one. Is she on the cover? No. I did this with Erogeton pencils and Polychromos and some soft pastel for the background. Again, this is also an off-white paper. So again, a combination of female and male characters. And I really love this guy. He was really fun to work on. This pale skin tone, almost grayish, Inktense for his clothing, and Polychromos for skin and hair, and some soft pastels for the background. Really like how he turned out. And that was it for this book. This is a fairly new one in the series that they publish. Again, very white paper. Very beautiful drawings. I really want to get my hands on this one. I've started one already. Did her skin and her clothing with marker base. started to shade her face a little bit, but then I lost interest in this particular one. I don't know when I will return to it. For now it feels like I have to force myself to work on her, so maybe I'll just pick something new. I'm really into coloring with only pencils for the moment. I love doing marker-based pictures and going on top with some pencils, but for now it's pure pencil. We have some episodes when that changes. I also have periods when I only use my Prismacolors and I think they're the best in the world, and then I use my Polychromos again and they're the best in the world, and I have a few favorites, and it's the same with books and kind of drawings, kind of materials you want to use. It's that's fun. That's part of the fun, to go wild and use whatever your heart wants. So the next one is more a kind of mythological, I think, Chinese mythology maybe. It's definitely fantasy based, or yeah, mythologically based. It's a really nice one. Again, very white paper. I prefer the off-white paper more, but yeah, you can't choose that when you buy the book. This was almost a failure. I started with, I think, Neocolors on the body, but this paper didn't took it so well. So I went over it with markers and then I almost threw it away. But after a while I thought I will see what I can do with some oil-based pencils on top, and then she was finished after all. But you can see, I don't know, it's very visible. We'll see if I can focus again. Yep, it's very this is, I think, Neocolor again for the background. Yep, and it damages the paper. So as a base it's not recommended on this paper. And the only other, also very beautiful, the only other one I did in this one, this was my first, and I've used Kuretake, and the shimmer is all glitter nail polish, because I didn't have stickles at that time. It's a really nice one to work on. And I did this with graffiti, and it's a bit better than Neocolors, I think. But for the most part, I think it's better not to use very wet media. So that was this one. And then the last Chinese one is very, very thick. Off-white paper. And these are more double spreads, not that the left side has very much drawing. Some have, but some are just some lines and some small stuff. And these have many details. It's a combo. And I only did, I think, one, oh no, a few more. I did this single page with Marco Renoir and a bit of Polychromos and some soft pastel. And then I think that this one I have some bleed through of my pencils. What have I used here? Cheap watercolor pencils. Neocolor, yeah, and that's caused the bleed through, I think, on here. Strange. No red here and red in the background. Not too big of a fan of this one, but okay. Then we are at the Hannah Lynn books. When I first discovered her artwork, I could never imagine that I would love it so much as I do now. Big eyes, no nose, especially no nose or just a small stripe. But now, yeah, they are fun, they are bright when you color them, especially they are so beautiful with a base of markers and pencils on top. The paper, it's just made for it. I think it's yeah, happy and fun when you work on this one. Everybody knows Hannah's books and style. I had very much fun, a lot of fun with this one. The flowers, the background, the leaves. Yes, that's all is Albrecht Dürer. Some stickles here and there, and she's done with Prismacolors and a base of markers. Only her body, all the rest is watercolors. And don't you just love that sound? I really like that sound. And then the next one was one with a lot of detail. I was super tired of it when I was done. Also some stickles. And I think this was Derwent Graphitint and Inktense combo. And then markers on the bushes, the dragon also, I think. So that was all for this book. Then we have Maui Mermaids, same setup, only located on a tropical island. And I only did 2 in this one, I think. Oh. Yep, I have done this one with a lot of stickles on her tail and some glitter washi, base of markers and prismas on top. And the second one I did was this one. Again, marker base, prismas on top, some stickles, and now the flames are a bit more intense on her face than on the Chinese woman's face that I showed you. Really like how her hair is. I wish I had my hair like that. I also have my hair up. I always wear it up, but it's very thin. I don't have many hair, so I could only dream of such a hairstyle. Then we have the princesses and storybook darlings. I'm a fairy tale lover. I can lose myself in a fairy tale, so it was obvious that I had to have this one too by Hannah. And we'll see. I don't think that my phone is focused very well. No, it is. I think this was the first one I did in it, and it was the first time I used markers as a base on a very big picture. The other ones I just showed are from later on. I really enjoyed working on this one, and I was so excited that my bread worked out pretty well. So very happy with this one. Did I use some stickles? No. Some jelly roll, but I don't know where I used that. Then I did my mermaids back in the beginning of April. Base with markers for the transparent look but faded look. I think I used white acrylic paint. And did I use some stickles? Yes, but not many. only here and there. And this one was before I did the other two. It's only polychromos and Dur pencils. Some stickles on her nightgown. And that was it for this book. Then the Tattoo Darlings, fantastic book, but I only did one in it so far. I really have to return to it because the pictures are beautiful. And I only did her. It was the first time I colored hair with markers. Not too, but I don't have a brush tip on my markers. It's a sturdy point. But it's okay, but and the last one is the Enchanted Halloween. This is the last Hannah book that I have bought. I only have to order the Christmas one yet, and I'm looking forward to her Victorian Darlings that will be out in July, I believe, so that will be exciting too. In Halloween, normally I only color these kind of pictures around the festive period or around Halloween, but when they are not too linked with Halloween, so no pumpkins or whatever, I can do it in between. I have some silly rules about that. I have to break with them, I think, but sometimes it's easier said than done. So I did her, and then I did her too, because it wasn't obvious that it came out of an Halloween book. And I did some glitter on her dress and some mist with acrylic paints, and it was really enjoyable to work on her. Hannah has great hair to color in. Oh, look at this. Listen, did I use Derwent Graphitint and acrylic paint? Yeah, Derwent Graphitint is for the trees. Yeah. And that was it for this part of the book collection. There's more to come, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.